guys, welcome back. This is FX and this is by the way Forex Academy. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly click on the subscription button and yeah, turn on post notification. So anytime I drop a new video, you are going to be the first person to see the video you get. So yeah, this is our free beginner trading course, which is episode by episode, and this is the new episode where I'm going to be talking about the PEEP. So what we are going to study today is what we call a PEEP. What is a PEEP? As far as Forex is concerned, a PEEP stands for percentage in point. Percentage in point, that is the full meaning of PEEP. So it is the smaller movement that a currency pair can make based on market condition. What I mean by that is when market move from one region to another region, markets PEEP is actually the way they used to count, like what we will use to count that movement. For example, if price move from this region to this region, there is a number of PEEP that price move from this particular place to this particular place. If it increase, there's a number of PEEPs that's gonna increase as well. So how do you calculate these PEEPs? That's what I'm gonna be showing you next right now. So now let's move to PEEPs calculation. So Pip's calculation is how you calculate it. For most currency pairs, for most currency pairs, one pip is always equal to 0.0001. That is the fourth decimal place. That is where we start the counting of the pips for in most currency pairs. For example, now let's take a look. Let's make use of this Euro USD. So if Euro USD moves from 1.1050 to 1.1051, it actually says that EURUSD has moved one pip. EURUSD have moved one pip. So how do you check what is really the meaning of these numbers? How do we get these numbers? So these numbers are just the price. If you check your right hand side here, where I'm moving the cursor to right now, the place I'm moving the cursor to right, that's where the price is. So it simply means that price the moment market move from this place to this place, there's a specific amount of numbers, like numbers of pips that move from this place to this place. So how do you now calculate it? Is for most currency, you start calculating it from the fourth decimal place. For most currency pairs, you start calculate it from the what? From the fourth decimal place. So which means if you look at this, you see that this is GPUSD, and if you look at it right now, you see that market move 1.31400. But then again, you see another 1.31600. So if you want to start counting, you start counting from the fourth decimal place. So let's quickly do some examples. Like if EURUSD now move from 1.1050 to 1.1052, that simply means that it has increased with 2 pips. So now let's say if Euro USD now move from 1.1050 to 1.1060, it simply means that Euro USD have moved 10 pips because it has moved from 5 to 6 now. So that means it has moved 10 pips. So if Euro USD move from 1.1050 to 1.1150, it simply means Euro USD have moved 100 pips. That's simply how you can calculate pips for most currency pairs. So now for Japanese currency, for currency pairs with Japanese yen, so anything that deal with JPY, so either Euro JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY, NZD JPY, any currency pairs that actually pair with Japanese yen, their pips is actually equal to 0.01, which means it is the second decimal place. It is in the what? The second decimal place. You start counting the pips from the second decimal place. So if you open any currency pairs that have JPY as their code currency, you are going to be seeing two decimal places after they were in the price. You are going to be seeing two decimal place from their price, unlike four decimal place for the other currency pairs. On JPY, for example, now if USD JPY, this is USD JPY now, if you move for 145.80, which simply means after a decimal point, you are going to be seeing two numbers after a decimal point in every JPY pairs, So their own pip stand counting start from the second decimal place like that. So if USD JPY move from 145.80 to 145.81, it simply means that USD JPY has moved one pip. So if it now move from 145.82, that means it has moved 2 pips. So if you move from 145.89 to one for if you move from 145.80 to 145.89, so that means it has moved 9 pips. So if we now increase to 145 points, we move from 145.80 to 145.90. It simply means that it has increased with 10 pips. So you can simply do the math when you want to like calculate the pips from a particular region to a particular region. Look for the one that has the highest, subtract the lowest from the highest. You are going to see the what? You are going to see the number of pips using all this one. Using 1 pip is equal to 0.001, and for GPY using 1 pip is equal to 0.01. So if you subtract it, any number that you get, that is the number of pips that it has moved. So now let's talk about the reason why pips is important. The reason why pips is important. Pip is very, very important. You can never say you are not going to make use of pip when you are trading. It's not possible. Because number one, measuring profits and loss. Pips are very, very important in measuring profit and loss. Because if you want to buy now like this, if you want to buy from this region to this region, number of people that move from here, eh, it is going to determine your profit. You get it's going to determine your profit. If it increase again, your profit increase. If the pips increase again, your profit increase. If you reduce, your profit reduce. So the higher the increase, the higher the pips increasing, the higher your profit keeps increasing as well. So if it decrease as well, it's gonna be decreasing. So if it is in a scenario, if your pips keep decreasing, you are making profit because you are selling, right? If your pip keep decreasing, you are making profit from there. So that's just it. So it's very, very important in calculating your profit and loss because pips help trader measure how much they have gained or lost in a trade. You get if pips start increasing, your money will be increasing as well if you're in a trade. If the pips keep increasing, your money will be increasing if you're buying. You get so the second reason why pips is important is because of risk management. Yeah, pips are used to set stop loss and take profit level. For example, if I pick my position two, so right about here, this is my long position, this is my short position two. So if I pick my long position two and I actually bring it here, let me bring it to another place. And actually bring it here. So the moment I bring it here like this, so if I want to adjust, let's say I adjust my stop loss to be here. This is the level that I want my stop loss to be, and this is the take profit that I want my level my distance to be. So am I looking at this one like this now? This is 16.9 pips, and this is the take profit is 61 pips. So it simply means that pips are used to set your stop loss. You know that, okay, this is the amount of pips I'm risking for my stop loss. This is the amount of pips I'm risking for my take profit. If I've ever been in any signal group before, when you say now, okay, they drop a signal, probably they drop a certain, and they will tell you, Euro USD has moved 10 pips, Euro USD have moved 20 pips in profit. You understand? So they use this to like set their stop loss and take profit. And at the same time, they used to measure how much they have make and how much you have lost in the trade. So that's the most reason why pips are very, very important. So this is where I'm going to stop for this episode. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let this YouTube channel grow very fast. If you have questions regarding these videos that you just watched this episode, you can ask in the comment section. I'll be active and I will reply your comments. I'll answer you. If I have to like make videos on your question, I'm going to make video on your question as well. And don't forget to like and share to your friend if you find it very, very valuable and you have someone who needs to watch this as well. Kindly share the video link to them, and thank you very much, and see you in the next episode.